The Victorian era was filled with, let's say, strange pastimes, like the period between 1870 and 1880 when Egypt mania spread through the streets of London and aristocrats would have mummy unwrapping parties, where their friends could come and literally buy body parts from the mummies they had unwrapped. Or, of course, you could spend 20 pennies to spend the night locked in a sealed coffin to have conversations with the dead. But nothing was more popular than the Victorian freak show. The disturbing trade in human disability as a form of entertainment had been around for centuries, with physical curiosities being displayed in circuses or traveling fairs. However, during the 19th century, such exhibits became so popular that permanent venues were established. London had the Egyptian Hall, and there were museums with waxworks or pickled specimens. In New York, P.T. Barnum set up his famed American Museums. Oh, how the Victorians loved a freak show. Although in the present day, such an interest seems immoral and exploitative. However, at the time, some performers were happy to be involved. The protection of the stage offered a degree of security when an outside world could be so hostile and cruel. Typical performers would include bearded ladies, conjoined twins, very, very small people, very, very large people, and of course, the ringmaster. Most productions depended on the skill of these managers or showmen to draw in the paying crowds. Printed advertisements would be circulated to stir up interest, and the best shows could gather around £20,000 a performance. The most popular attractions became full-blown stars with lucrative careers. Charles Stratton, better known as his stage name General Tom Thumb, was an international celebrity under the management of P.T. Barnum. He was immensely popular for his small stature. Well, incredibly small stature. He was 2 feet 3 inches at the age of 33. He twice appeared before Queen Victoria, met President Lincoln at the White House, and lived a life of luxury in his New York City apartment before his death in 1883. The reign of the freak show waned at the dawn of the 20th century, and by the 1950s, it had basically disappeared. A number of factors led to its decline, including shifts in public interests, the rise of television, and because, people didn't want to pay to see and gawk at others' disabilities anymore. Something so bizarre, though, will probably never fade entirely. Curiosity about the freak show tradition has bounced back in recent years. Today, you can go get your Victorian on at the Coney Island 10-in-1 circus. But nothing, and I mean nothing, will probably ever match the bizarreness of a Victorian freak show. Or, you could say the Victorian era. I mean, come on. Between sleeping with skeletons, unwrapping mummies, and taking photos with your dead kids, the 21st century just seems kind of bland.